All right, welcome back. And today we are joined by an amazing unapologetic influencer, a great friend of mine, fellow Canadian, a fellow unapologetic disruptor, Cindy Ashton. It is such an honor to have you here with me today. How the heck are you doing?
Oh my God, David Di Giorgio, I'm doing fantastic. I'm with you, for heaven's sakes. I
So
love you,
tell
dude.
me, you know that a celebration has changed my life, and I love to ask everybody, what are
Yeah.
you celebrating today?
So today I'm celebrating. I was in an all-day meeting, and the guy, it was a very intense business meeting, and the guy loves my singing, and he's like, sing for me. And I'm like, oh, mio bambino. I mean, I was just so happy to be able to sing for somebody in the middle of an office with just him and me. It was fantastic. It was fun.
I love it. I love that. I celebrate you.
Singing
So,
uncorked.
yeah, totally, right? So, you're one of our unapologetic influencers in the book launching on
Yes, very
August
honored.
22nd, and you can pre-order your book right now and get over now it's over $14,000 in bonuses at beingunapologetic.com. And you, as we already said, are uncorked. You have claimed that chapter of being uncorked. Your spotlight is
Yes.
all about being uncorked. Tell us what that
Yeah.
means for you. What does that mean?
Yeah, so Uncorked is actually playing on my TV show, Cindy Uncorked. And it's funny because I don't actually drink. I like the idea of alcohol, it just doesn't sit well in my body. But being uncorked is about being completely like telling your truth, but telling your truth and speaking your truth in a way that doesn't make anybody else wrong, and being able to be willing to hear other people's truth and at least be open to hearing and contemplating. Because one of the things that I've really noticed for years and years and years in my entire life, it seems to be there's an either or. It's like right or wrong. And it's like, what happens if we're all right and we're all wrong? you know and what happens if we don't need to make anybody else wrong? If I believe in being spiritual potpourri but somebody believes in Buddhism, that doesn't make them right or wrong, and it doesn't make me right or wrong, right? And so being uncorked is being able to really step into your deeper power and speaking your truth and uncorking your truth without making anybody else wrong, but being willing to truly hear, listen, and be able to have an intelligent and kind conversation.
I love it. It's so important. It's something that is so needed in the world.
Yes.
And as I shared, I just received the actual book itself. Oh my God, so exciting! And I was reading
Everybody
through
dance
your
now.
feature just before we got on here, and you say so many beautiful things there. So
Oh,
let me ask you, for those people who are watching and they're kind of like, I don't know if I can get Encore, because I know you come across this all the time. People are like maybe afraid, is like, oh, you can do that because that's in your personality or
yeah.
whatever it is. So what is the first step or one step to getting uncorked for those who are scared or a little bit unsure?
Oh my gosh. I've been scared my entire life because every time I've gotten uncorked in the past, I've been punished for it. Whether I lost a friend or lost somebody or lost a deal or lost something, or I would be punished by having hatred thrown at me. And
Mhm.
so for me, it's been a lifetime of being this very uncorked, in your face kind of gal, and also feeling like I couldn't let my true voice come out. So I would say the first step in learning to be uncorked is to actually really ground yourself and
Mm.
feel your own power, because often what happens is that we feel like getting uncorked or speaking your truth has to be aggressive and hard, and we have to, well, you got to hear me, and then that actually is push energy. So what I'd like to invite you to do is actually drop into your body. Just breathe, exhale nice and long, longer than your inhale. Breathe in through your feet, breathe in through your pelvic floor, expand. Exhale nice and long, send the air down through your whole body into the ground, and really feel your body. Because here's the thing is, you have such enormous power in you, but as soon as you feel like you want to go into fight in terms of being uncorked in that way, that's not actually getting uncorked. And that actually creates more conflict. But when you drop into yourself and you open yourself up, what happens is that it becomes that you're coming from, I guess, a more feminine power. It's like, I really thank you so much for your opinion. I would like to share mine, and I'd like to invite you to at least consider it. And it's okay if you don't agree, and then it comes from my power, it comes from my truth, but I don't need to be right and I don't need to win.
Yeah.
And then I don't need to go into like a toe to toe. And sometimes I'll talk about something controversial on Facebook and people push back, and I'll say, hey, listen, Dave, um, it feels to me like you have to be right. And here's the thing is that you're coming across really aggressive and no one's really hearing you. So I'd like to either invite you to not comment or be willing to deliver your comments with more intelligence and kindness. And most of the people are like, oh, thank you, Cindy, because it gives them a voice without feeling like they're going to be judged or attacked. So I really work really hard in my community, whether it's my TV show or then my speaking or my singing or anywhere that I work, social media, to teach people to drop into their power and trust their power and trust that it doesn't need to be threatened if someone doesn't agree with you, so that you can speak it and be okay if people don't get it.
So important. I mean, as being in San Diego here, breath seems like everyone talks about it all the time. But at the
Ah,
same time, it's so interesting. Like that simple couple deep breaths that you just led us through, I felt like it was the first time I actually breathed today.
yeah, we don't actually breathe.
Right. It's such a great reminder that grounding isn't this like foofy, crazy, patchouli sniffing act, right? It's as simple as just being conscious of
Yeah.
expanding and recognizing that you are an expandable entity, right?
Yeah,
I
and
love it.
here's the thing is if we don't want this woo-woo, think of it this way. So I have a degree obviously in music, did my degree with David, although we didn't actually meet in those 4 years. We were just in the same classes. But my second major was kinesiology and health sciences, and my specialization was relaxation therapy. So when we take a deep breath into our pelvic floor, we're actually stimulating a lot of different nerves, which is a long conversation, which I won't get into now, but it stimulates a lot of different nerves. And it stimulates your oxytocin, which is a love drug. So it makes people feel more softer and bonded to you. But when you exhale out and you exhale longer than your inhale, what ends up happening is that it stimulates a parasympathetic nervous system. So it relaxes your mind, focuses your mind, slows your heart rate, relaxes your muscles, and really allows you to be grounded so you can present yourself in a way that's from your power and not from panic or anger or hurt or whatever else you're reacting from.
And you are an expert, and this is one of the reasons why I invited you to be one of our spotlight amazing humans. I'm just going to read a
Oh,
little excerpt from what Cindy has blessed us with in the book. She says, I spent most of my life vacillating between being uncorked and then shutting up because I wanted to be loved and accepted. I felt like I was suffocating. I was at war with the person I knew I was and the person who was falsely presenting herself to the world. It was a nightmare. If I hadn't learned how to stand in my own power of being uncorked, I would still be suffocating, and I wouldn't be reaching millions as I am now and having an impact. It's beautiful, right?
thank you.
It's beautiful. Thank you so much for that. So tell me then, what
Yes.
does uncorked is one level, and so unapologetic for me, the umbrella of all of the unworld. What does being unapologetic mean to you?
Oh, well, I think it's the extension of Uncorked that it's
Mhm.
like you speak your truth and you do not have to be sorry for it.
Yeah, and
That's
I think
it.
that's why we get along so well, right? It's like we don't need to
Unapologetically
apologize. And
Uncorked.
as I
Yeah,
like to joke, as Canadians, we're so good at apologizing. It's
it's
like
so
what
true.
becomes
Oh my
possible
God,
when you
it's so true.
don't apologize for what you believe. Now, that's not to say to be obnoxious or abrasive
Right.
with any and not push your energy onto anybody, but it's like, look, I believe this. And okay, we can have a conversation, but this is my belief system. Yeah.
Yeah,
So tell us, you're always up to amazing, amazing things.
I
What
am.
are you excited about these days?
Oh my God, Innovation Uncorked.
Love
So
that.
innovationuncorked.com, little shameless plug, is a spin-off of my TV show, Cindy Uncorked. So Cindy Uncorked is on E360 TV, and I'm all over the place. And I know this because I sometimes go places and people are like, oh, I saw you on television. And I'm like, really? Where? I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on TV. It happens actually more often than I realize. It's really crazy and weird to me. But here's the thing is that I see a lot of amazing business, speakers, coaches, business professionals, entrepreneurs, small business owners. They're trying to get their voices heard. And the thing is that we keep trying to go to these traditional marketing coaches. We keep trying to do traditional speaking trainer, traditional. But if you're truly innovative, if you're truly a disruptor, which means that you're not trying to stir up shit, but you're a disruptor in terms of you want to change patterns, you want to push the boundaries, you want to create something new and fresh, and you want to stand out, then you need to come up from a place that's a lot more innovative and creative.
Mhm.
So Innovation Uncorked is a cross-country tour that kicks off at the end of August in Los Angeles. David's going to be there,
Mhm.
and one of my guest speakers, but it's not really a speaking event. What is it? So essentially, you have to be able to tap into your creative portals to create outrageous, amazing ways to get yourself seen. So, for example, one of my clients, Fran Capo, this was not my idea, but I just wanted to share it because it's an example of being innovative. She literally decided not to do her book launch in Barnes and Nobles, but decided to do it at the top of Kilimanjaro and got tens of thousands of dollars from Mars bars, climbed up the mountain for 8 days with Mars bars and books, sat there, got pictures of her signing the books to people arriving at the top, and it got her international press, launched her speaking career, launched her comedic career, everything. So Innovation Uncorked is when you come to our live event, and I'm going to be doing them across the country, you will not be sitting in a chair watching a speaker for an hour, and you will not be sitting there shoving business cards in each other's hands trying to network. It is literally activity after activity that's an experience that helps you to uncork your innovative creative side so that you could truly be that disruptor and get noticed like Fran Capo did.
I love it. I can't wait to be there to support you and to celebrate and to be a part of this amazing new movement that you're
Oh my
creating.
gosh. And you're going to be one of the people doing one of those
Heck yeah.
creative exercises to uncork people unapologetically.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that's what we've done our whole life, right? Like
I know.
you figure out the way to get people to where we need to get them to, where we see them, what is possible for them.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So, okay. So if you're watching this before August 22nd, we're in pre-orders. And if you purchase the book, you pre-order the book, not only do you support Project Unapologetic, check it out on the website, beingunapologetic.com, you also get free international shipping. And you also get this over $14,000 worth of bonuses. And you, Cindy, are offering an amazing bonus that is so, so valuable. Just give us a little insight into what it is.
Yeah. So I know that you have a huge community of people who love to speak, whether it's to paid speaking or the speak to sell to market themselves. So what I've done is I've created a 20-minute video with an actual like action guide template on exactly how you pitch a meeting planner. And I literally go like, how do you develop that message? And then what's the first paragraph supposed to say? What's the second paragraph supposed to say? What's a call to action supposed to say? It literally for 20 minutes, you're going to have your little action guide. You're going to print it out, sit with it, watch the video and go, oh, that's how I do it. Ta-da! Suddenly you're getting bookings. It's awesome. It's worth a ton of money and it's going to change your speaking career in terms of the bookings.
Yeah, it really is awesome. I had the pleasure of checking it over actually a couple months ago when we did our intensive
Oh,
together,
very
and
cool.
it's very, very well done. Very,
Thank you.
very informative. Even if you're seasoned in speaking, it's always a great reminder. It's like, okay, let me see, how do we do this? To like, in case you're, it's great.
Well, and I think the other piece of it is even if you're not a speaker, you're still going to have to pitch people for sponsorship. You're still going to have to
Always.
reach people out and say, I want you to be an affiliate of mine, or I want to do a partnership with you. How are you going to convince them? And understand it's very similar. So it will just really get your head framework around how do I actually pitch?
Right. Right. And how do you access that? Again, you get the book at beingunapologetic.com. You
Yep.
pre-order before August 22nd. And then on August 22nd, help us go international bestseller in at least 7 countries. That's my vision. And you purchase the Kindle on August 22nd for only 99 cents. So $30 in total, which is normally what the book would cost. $30 in total. And you get this over $14,000 in bonuses, along with Cindy's amazing Uncorked bonus offer. All right, Cindy, parting words. What do you say to those? What's the first thing you tell to everyone, even today, like how we could just practice being a little bit uncorked today? The next thing you want us to do.
Oh, break out in song.
Oh, I love it. No, but that's so good, right? Just get
Some people
uncorked.
can get a thrill.
Yes,
Just burst
I
out in song because we're so afraid of our own voice. And a lot of us, people say, well, I can't sing. I don't really care if you can sing or not.
right.
Just break out in song and make yourself happy. Well, just that alone is going to break you open and let your voice be heard and be unapologetically uncorked about it. Just go, especially if you can't sing. I dare you.
All right, Unworld, you heard it. Go, just break out in song, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong. Just go do it. Get yourself uncorked. Sing a little bit. You're going to feel good about it.
Yeah,
Cindy, what an amazing blessing to have you as
you
part of
are a
this
blessing.
journey with being unapologetic. We are going to make some noise. We're going to disrupt a few things. We're going to turn some heads along the way. Again, thank you so much for being part of this journey with me.
Thank you,
And
my darling.
we will see you very soon in Los Angeles.
Yay.